And we are live here at the Producers Club in New York City, Hell's Kitchen. Wait, I kind of said that a little bit backwards, but we're at the Producers Club in Hell's Kitchen in New York City. There you go. That's what it is. It's that time of night for you guys, okay? And this is going to be my last two interviews for the night. My guys right here, I just met them. Please tell them your names and tell them the movie that you just did. I'll
Go
love
ahead,
it.
Nick. I'm Nicholas
Nicholas.
B. York.
Nicholas Bjork.
Yeah.
I'm Zane, and we're here for Underdog, our travel documentary, and that just screened about an hour ago.
And that was a great film. I'm gonna tell you that.
Thank you,
That
man.
was a
I really
great
appreciate
documentary.
it. Thank you so much, man.
Straight up, I'm gonna ask you real fast. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been a filmmaker or doing documentaries? And how long have you been doing that? Because it was really good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Your transitions, your timing, the pacing of everything. It was a 3-hour film. Wow. Okay. I got up twice to use the restroom.
I had to go too.
Yeah, I saw you. I
walked
saw
out
you.
of my own
Like he
film.
walked out of his own film. Can you believe that?
I had a couple of whiskeys with me.
There was a girl, Nana. She walked out at the end to go to the washroom. She
Yeah.
did the whole ending.
Yeah, she did. She did. She came in and saying that too. She's like,
Nana's her name? We have to send her the link. I
did send her.
it's like,
Everything.
na 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 na. I loved that saying that, bro. This guy is a little comedian. Let me tell you what. He's got the, you remind me of Impractical Jokers.
Oh, those guys, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
What-
have that whole,
They have
that
the-
whole.
They have the headset, and they're telling the guy what to do.
Exactly, those guys, Impractical Jokers, they're sitting in a different places, four best friends get together, they're playing pranks on other people, but playing them on each other at the same time.
Right,
And
it's fucking
bro,
hilarious.
your humor, your little dad jokes and stuff like that,
The dad jokes. I have to throw them in.
you kicked ass, my man. You played it along so well, my man. Seriously, like that was really cool. It was a 3-hour film, and the thing with documentaries is that sometimes people get too lost into the story that they're telling, and it becomes boring.
Right, yeah.
But what I'm saying about the pacing of your film, the way you were able to cut and transition things, like there was not a dull moment in that 3-hour film.
Thank you.
None.
Because
And it's an excellent compliment, actually. No, because it's a skill, bro.
Because I wanted to say, because we were kind of insecure in, okay, is it getting too long? Because we had 40 hours of footage, right? And okay, it's 2:45. Do we scale it down to 50? How much do we cut? We cut 40 hours. But what he said something, and I was a bit concerned. It's like, let's cut for story. Let's not cut for time. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. And we went with that mindset. We're only going to cut to accelerate the story, to make the story better. We won't cut for the sake of time, like to come in at 2:20, because you might lose the essence of the movie. So that was it. We just cut for the story. And
I mean, you can have a film that's 10 minutes and it's boring.
Yeah, you definitely can.
have a movie
Yeah, and
that's,
that's what I was getting at. Is that
but thank you for saying that. Yeah.
I've seen movies that are 4 hours. I've seen a feature film, Bellatar's film, Second Tango, 7 hours, 15 minutes. Feature film, 7 hours, 15, and never dull. So
Right.
the time is how it passes. If it passes quick, it's not long. If the time passes slow, then it's a long movie.
Right.
Regardless of the time frame.
Because in the end, it's all about pacing, right? It's about, because you got to do it in waves, right? You give them a little comedy, then you give them a little drama, and the music was very important. The music, I felt that we spent a lot of time on choosing the right pieces for the segments to enhance the story. If it's melancholy, we picked the melancholy piece, and we had to make sure it didn't stay here too long, and then we brought it up to here. So I don't think we ever timed it. I think we just kind of edited it and naturally.
Yeah, that's a good way of
where
doing it.
brought
Yeah,
us.
that's
Like
a
we didn't
long
say,
movie.
like yeah.
How long did it take you to edit that?
Dude, 9 months.
9
Yeah,
months.
9 months.
Come on.
But we were doing it once a week in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we upped it twice a week, so we took our time editing because
So you got-
we wanted to have every section done well. We didn't want to be tired editing, so if we get together once a week, so we're always fresh. So we edited with like 100%.
Right.
focus.
And the idea was, his idea was we started editing from the beginning, and then 3-4 days in, we're like, I'm fucking bored. So he goes, why don't we just edit it by city? Like if we want to do El Paso, we'll do El Paso. Want to do, we want to do Roswell, we'll do Roswell. So then we started editing it like little short films, because each city is a short film, and then we put it together at the end. So that was the
That's
better
a good way of doing
it.
it, yeah, because you going on a full, like a huge scale project like that, it's very intimidating.
Yeah, very intimidating.
If you're thinking about the overall picture instead of breaking up that overall picture into segments, into chapters, if you will, makes it very tough to want to continue putting
It was
together.
daunting. It was exhausting. Like, fuck, dude, oh my god, how are we gonna do this? But editing like small little, making it like a small little short film made it fun, because Clarksdale was its own movie, San Antonio was its own movie, and then we just. So that was a great suggestion that you made, and then that made it much easier.
Because the reason I said that is because I told them, well, when we did the road trip, we didn't do it linearly. We just went anywhere. So let's go the same with the edit. Let's edit the film the way we did the road trip. Go anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
So the road trip, the edit became like a road trip. We just edit whatever we felt like it.
Smart. Okay. That's not that.
Smart
That's
guy.
good. Yeah.
Nicholas B. York is a smart guy.
Even though, so you guys said that you guys did not plan. You guys went in without a plan. You guys just went day by day. You went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and you faced the trials, the speed bumps, all those things. You dealt with it that day. I had a question. It was a really good question. I'm trying to bring it up right now. Hold on. Rewind. Gosh, that was a really good question.
Okay,
what was your planning?
He said no planning. We're doing it non-linearly.
So your planning of the trip. How long was the trip total? The trip for the film. And you did all the film, like, so you went straight down the line, you went down a straight path just like this through America, just like that? Or did you kind of go like this and then kind of make it that path? What was the plan of that?
The plan, he always wanted to end at Muhammad Ali's grave, which is in Louisville, and we started in North Carolina, so we kind of did a horseshoe. So we knew that Moab was going to be the destination where we're going to figure out where we're going to go next. And then we ended up coming back. So the final destination and the mid-destination was set. And then everything in between was just, where we're going.
How many destinations did you guys cover?
Oh, man, I don't know.
22
states.
22 states,
yeah.
And so 22 states.
We don't have
so you had multiple stops in those 22 states, right?
Well, we were in. Go ahead.
We went to Denver. We stopped off at Denver to eat, but we don't have it in the film.
There's no footage.
So not everything we have. We recorded. We stopped in Wyoming somewhere. We didn't. It was just we stopped at a gas station, whatever. We didn't do much. So we didn't. Some places.
There's not a lot to do.
Well, there's 40 hours.
Southern Wyoming, and
not much,
it's all
right?
plains.
All we showed was the snow. Right? Wyoming. But there's 40 hours that were cut. So
that's a lot.
So it's a lot.
What's the total of hours that you got filmed?
I got like 42 and a half, 43 hours.
Wow.
600 gigs of footage.
That is what? Let's go technical. Come on.
The whole documentary was shot with this little baby.
No way, bro.
It's
That's
a Sony
pretty
X3000.
good quality, man.
Yeah, it's great quality.
Wow.
It's one of the best, and I'm not getting paid by Sony, so I'm not plugging anything.
We're gonna bleep you out, Sony. Bleep. So I got bleep.
This is the beep
Exactly.
But what's good about this is I saw a travel vlogger on YouTube, and he uses this camera. And what's good about this, it's got great stabilization, not DJI like Osmo Pocket stabilization. There's a realism to it. And what's also good, it's always in your pocket. So if a shot comes up, you're ready to go. And secondly, it's not obtrusive when you're interviewing somebody. You don't have this big.
I know, right.
So you're like, and you're just doing this, or you're just kind of.
Like I'm very interested in what you're saying.
Right, exactly. Right. So and this I think, without plugging the company, the size of it helped the documentary get that realism. Because it wouldn't have been the same if you had like a DSLR or some sort of cinema rig. You wouldn't have gotten that reaction. It's a very natural. So I just wanted to throw.
It was really good. I really liked that. I like that you did that. I was like, while I was watching it, I was thinking about like, I wonder what kind of camera he's using.
Yeah.
It can be big because you're moving around. Simple as it is phone. The quality of it was so good. And thanks to the company that makes it,
which shall remain nameless.
Pay us and we'll say your name, okay?
Yeah, throw us some bucks and we'll mention your company that starts with.
Maybe they should buy our
and ends
film.
with Y.
Maybe we can buy our film.
You pay for the other 2 letters.
Maybe Sony can buy our film.
Right, who? What are you talking about? Who?
Maybe they can buy our film.
Yeah.
Sony. Who's Sony?
He's gone.
I don't know,
Woo! No, they have to pay us for us to use that name.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
You have to
okay.
pay us because we just
We'll
plugged the
say,
camera.
yeah. We're using this camera SY.
Right.
You pay us for those other 2 letters.
Right, exactly.
Anyway. But it made it very personal film. It really did. You guys went to 22 different states. You talked to a bunch of different types of people. You went to different churches. You went to not Lutheran. Presbyterian.
And then again Presbyterian. And what was the one in Sedona? Chapel.
Tau.
Chapel of the Holy Cross.
Oh, we went to the one in El Paso,
St. Francis.
St. Francis. I went there when I was a kid a couple times actually. I have family that is from there in El Paso. So
You know what we forgot to
I'm Native. I'm 33% Native American. So some of my family is Mexican, some of my family is Native American, or maybe they just don't know what the heck they are. But according to 20 Ancestry and Me or 24 DNA or whatever it's called, I'm 33%.
30%
So I'm sticking with
Okay,
So that's all my area. I miss it so much. I don't miss the climate. I don't miss the dry weather at all because otherwise,
like the dry weather?
all my hair would be gone.
Bro.
I'd have wrinkles and I'd be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know. Yeah, I know. I don't want that, bro. I'm Johnny with the long hair, not Johnny with the bald hair, bro. Come on.
Hold on, the dry climate would lose your hair?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So a lot of my family, because my family, it's genetic, really.
Okay.
So everyone that stayed in the western side of the states, they have no hair. They had the male pattern baldness.
Okay.
I'm one of the only ones in my family, well, except for my dad. My brother, he got screwed. He's bald as heck. Sorry. Which bald is cool, but
bro,
anyway. Bro, it's
crystal
shiny,
ball,
bro.
bro.
Like, I wish I had a perfect head like
Freshly
yours.
shaved when I left the hotel. Freshly shaved.
That's smooth.
Buffed.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm going to be out tonight.
I did.
bro?
That's impressive, bro. That's impressive. It's like a baby's bottom. I don't know what that feels like,
know,
but
but it's whatever.
that's what they
It's
say. It's a saying. Don't judge me. All right. Anyway. So, speaking of judgments on people, bro, you met some really interesting people. Sounded like they had a really big life story, something that maybe stopped them from getting to the next level of where they should have been in their life with what they were accomplishing. I feel like that's kind of what you guys were doing in this film. Like, don't let time pass you by. Get out there and do something with your lives. Otherwise, you sit on the couch, it's not going to do anything except for allow you to watch us have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right. There's a certain melancholy with every person that's in that movie. They're who they are and wonderful human beings, but it's almost like
Humbling.
and there's a certain sadness to it without expressing what it is. And they might be perfectly happy, but so it's basically about life. Like, what's success? What is success? Is success where you're at now? And if you're happy,
Like financially, status-wise,
if they're happy, they're
kids.
successful.
Yeah.
Right? If you have 2
You
kids,
would think, yeah.
If you're following your road, that's success.
right? Exactly. And it was a little.
Your road is the success. And what happens along the way is just out of your control.
Part of that story, yeah. It's unconditional conditions.
But it was a little nerve-wracking showing the movie tonight because it's your baby, and it's good for you, but you don't know how it's going to be received.
Right.
First festival. It's our first festival.
We just
True.
finished it.
True.
You know, so, and he made an interesting point to just, let it go. Because, what did you say? It's like if you're making a commercial film, like a formulaic film.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that before. I was saying.
Yeah.
When you make a film from a commercial point of view, then it's not personal. So how it's received is really kind of irrelevant because I just directed it, the other guy color corrected, the other person did the
Just
sound. Like
blah, blah, blah,
I
blah,
did
blah.
a
It's a
job.
factory.
I did a job in this factory filmmaking process. So if it flops, I don't care. I got paid. But if it's personal, it's not. Then your attitude towards how it's received is different. Okay, it's personal. It's like our thing. We're not doing it for money.
Right.
The hope is we make money, but I mean, it's not. It wasn't. It's not the goal.
It's a different thing when it's your film. You get more involved and more emotional with it, right? So you're always a bit, is it good? Is it insecure? You never know. Right?
So after this first viewing here at this film festival, what do you think about it?
I think I always loved it. So, but that's biased opinion. But I'm glad the response we got because people loved it.
Yeah,
People
people
stayed.
liked it,
So and people were really happy about it. So we're like, yeah. And we've shown it privately to other people, and we had tears at the end, especially when this guy cries.
You got that in?
Dude, that was your ending, man. That was it. So, and
That was
people-
powerful. Honestly, like seeing your emotion based off what you just did, and I think you knew what kind of effect it was gonna have.
Not really.
No, really.
It just happened spontaneously.
Yeah.
It was rough. We didn't plan it.
Wow.
I didn't.
But when we're shooting
But
it,
something told me put on my sunglasses. I was sitting there.
Just do it.
And something
Yeah.
said put on my sunglasses.
That intuition, that's
I
a
was
God
able-
thing,
I was able-
God gave you that intuition,
I
like,
was able to be
I know what's
vulnerable.
gonna happen next.
yeah. Well, I saw him. He wanted to go to Muhammad Ali. I never really understood why. And he explains it in the movie. But once we're in the car and he starts tearing up, I have this camera, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh.
Don't stop it.
Because we didn't know what the ending was. We just kept going. And once he started talking emotionally about
That's
his thing, I'm like, oh shit, that's our ending.
Now you just realized the ending. You said it in the film too.
I realized the ending at the end. And that was it.
And
So
the Rocky, we went to the Rocky because that was the last stop before we left.
Yeah.
Because the Rocky movie has everything to do with Muhammad Ali, right? Because he wrote it because he got inspired by Muhammad Ali's fight with Chuck Wepner. That's why Stallone wrote the film. He saw the Chuck Wepner fight with Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
and that's what inspired the Rocky. So it's all connected, right?
Yeah. Okay. Right, yeah. I see that. I was seeing a lot of familiarities. Yeah, things that that struck to me that like, hey, this kind of is going together. Like it's very interesting how you guys did that.
and if you notice every
That's
title
real
card,
skill. That's real talent.
every title
You guys
card,
being able to do that.
it was just given to us. And every title card has a
Boxing
belt.
belt.
It's a boxing belt. Ding ding. So it's always around.
We didn't even know why we were doing that.
Life's around. Every fucking
great.
segment.
So because
is around.
it was like the way how I analyzed our film at the end was that every scene was like around the boxing. We had jokes, philosophy, and at the end with the emotion was the uppercut.
Yeah,
So it worked like we
yeah.
rope-a-dope the people, like Muhammad Ali did in the Rumble with the
Fly,
Jungle.
you're floating like a butterfly, and then you're coming in with that dramatic, with that sting like a bee.
Yeah, you think
Right?
it's a regular road trip, and then this guy comes out of left field with his emotions. You're like, holy fuck, where'd that come from?
Yeah, I really, because you were so like. Don't get offended by me saying this, but at first of the video, because you're so goofy, and you're holding the camera, you're almost like the ringleader, okay? I was thinking, this is Pinky in the Brain. They're kicking ass over here, you know? But it's that animation is where I was getting at with it. Like, you were doing very good. You had a really good position for the film. So you were a really good co-pilot.
Yeah, he was great.
You were really good.
I know.
Really good.
Without him, the film wouldn't have been made.
And without you, it wouldn't have been a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It needs both of you.
Yeah, it's both of us. Yeah.
So, you guys' connection's very strong. Like, how long have you guys been friends for?
Since we were, I'm 5 years older, so I was 20.
Yeah, I mean, we played in the same band in like the early '90s, and then we disconnected. He disappeared, and we reconnected 10 years ago through a mutual friend, through a high school reunion. She goes, "Have you seen where Nick is?" I go, "He does what you do." Our friend Fotini, and then he connected with me on Facebook, and then we just reconnected. And then when we connected, it's like we never fucking were apart for 20 years.
That's so crazy.
So it was like he left, and then we reconnected, and that's it. The universe brought us together. You know?
That is really cool. That's crazy how this world works,
Yeah,
right?
man, it's fucking nuts. Can I swear?
Go ahead. I don't give a damn. You were
know,
swearing.
they-
You were
they-
swearing
they-
like
I know, but I
crazy.
just realized
The
that.
second half, the first half you weren't cussing, but the second half of the film you were. I think you were getting a lot of fun energy, right? I think you were getting excited.
I'm always excited.
Uh-huh.
I'm always
I see that.
You know, there was one guy we had met, but he didn't want to be.
And we'll get to that in a second.
So there was, remember that guy we met that he says, look, I don't want to be in the film. I said, we said, okay.
Oh, yeah,
it's
that
too
guy.
bad because this guy was so interesting. He was a photographer at one point for National Geographic. And he was telling us stories, and we're filming him. And he goes, oh, I don't want to be in the film. I said, whatever.
Oh, you're trying to cut us, huh? You're trying to cut us. Okay, they're going to try to cut us. But real fast, before you do, hold on. Let me close out, all right?
Let's do, because I think you did it after.
What happened?
Like when you did the clapper, you weren't running. She was running.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, was it clap? She
So
clapped?
close out. Yeah, she might
Okay,
clap that.
all right, so I want you guys to know this is going to be a great film. Remind me the name of the movie?
Underdog, an Americana love story.
There you go. Look out for that. These guys are such great guys. The energy, they're very, very genuine, authentic people. Your guys' energy is going to take you very far with this film. I hope that you guys make some more films like this. I love your documentaries. Do it. And I want to come with you guys on the next trip. Let's go. The three of us. Come on, bro. All right. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers.